tell you a true story. This is a true story. So, girl I was dating, she called me and said, "Hey, TK, me and such is coming to Vegas. I want to have a for my birthday." I said, "All right, cool." So they get there and we meet at the hotel in Vegas and they start kissing. And I'm like, Lord, what do I do? I'm talking to
Not
God.
Lord.
I'm like, Lord, what,
Do I
Lord,
participate?
Lord, what do I do? You know? So the Lord was like, be careful with my homies. I'm listening to my homies. Hey, you better go and handle your. But something else was going on that day. The purpose of a man to me is that even if you don't be with the woman forever, give her the game that she can survive to whoever she with. Because most men are not intelligent, right? Most men don't have money, or some men got money but no game. Some men have no money but no game but good, right? And they get caught up in with the female to a point that everybody's just losing.
What's up, guys? It's Holiday the Golden Child, and I'm back. And I brought some of my cool ass friends with me to have, again, some dope ass conversations. TK Kirkland,
Yes, darling.
Jada,
Hey.
a little
Girl,
chocolate
good to see you.
drop, and Rico, aka Suavemente.
Besame.
What's going on, everybody? You already know the vibes. It's your boy Rico Hundo back at it again. About to go ahead and tackle some real perspectives on this topic.
And I'm glad you're here because I think we got the right people sitting on the couch for today's conversation, which is about a pretty girl's recession proof. We already know how Rico feels about attractive people. You know, hence he's one of them, right?
Yeah. But even I ain't recession proof. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just go off of the narrative of that. You know, life is easier when you're attractive. You know, people want to buy you things. People want to give you things. They want you to skip the line. They'll let you cut them off without giving you the finger. I've got out of plenty of tickets and in front of a judge. If the judge finds you smizing and attractive, you might get out of a whole felony. You know, it's that serious.
It definitely helps. It definitely helps. That's
What do you think? What do you think?
No, it definitely helps. It gets you a better position at your job. Some people could be on the same level, and because you got a fat ass or all your teeth, you're on a whole nother level.
So, like, you know, when we talk about the recession, personally, I feel like life is, you can get through COVID if you were pretty. If you
Explain.
Men wanted to take care of you. They didn't want to see you suffer.
Okay.
COVID was rough, right? Like, it was hard.
So people losing jobs, like, yo, I got you.
I got you. Come stay at my house.
Right.
You know, come. I'll feed you every day.
Okay.
I'll clothe you every day. You got to get back and forth to. You got to get back and forth to work. You can't work. I'm gonna pay your bills.
Right.
So, and I don't think many unattractive women. I don't like the word ugly, because that's ugly. But unattractive women were getting their bills paid and sponsored during COVID.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Women that I know, pretty much, I'm much older than all you guys, so y'all still going through your life journeys. But most of the women I knew are very, very successful. So the women that I know that didn't miss a beat, they need no help whatsoever. And the people I've learned in life, my circle's only successful women. You know, if I find a person is in need of something, that's not the person I want in my life. Now, when I was young, that's different. You want to take care of that girl. You want to do this for her. And then as you go through life, there are women who really got their shit together, that don't need no help, don't need you to pay for no airline ticket, will meet you there, rent a car, pay half. Not that I need a woman to do that for me. It's good to know that there are some women
Are
out
they
there
married
that
or
do that.
single?
Some of these women are married, some of them are
Majority.
single. But
Can you give me the majority?
the thing about women who are successful, they may
Skip
not.
my question.
I went into the zone. I'm sorry. What you say, babe?
Are they majority of them, are they single or married?
They're married. They're married. Now they're married.
Now they're married.
Yeah, now
How
they're
long
married.
it took them to get to that point? Because that sounds like a lot of growth.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm much older than you guys, so I'm
Okay.
sharing where you're going in life. Because when you're young now, or the people you were talking about, you know, hypothetically, when you're saying men want to take care of you, those are usually women who don't have their shit together yet. Not that they're bums.
Right.
It's that they're in their transition and they're
You
going
need
through
to
their
say
life.
that because they're gonna be in the comments like, see, why don't you have your own money? Why you don't have a job? Why
Well,
you
no,
ain't got this?
when you're young, you're still finding yourself. That's why I always tell people in your 20s is your years to explore. In your 20s, you're supposed to date as much as you can. So as you get close to 30, you especially ladies, you know who you want to spend the rest of your life with.
I
Most of
agree.
you ladies get caught up in narcissists, habitual liars, and guys are good at macking. So if their conversation is cold and you girls are so in tune to dreams. So if a motherfucker saying that right shit to you, you get caught up in the dreams. Next thing you know, you're sucking dick, you're getting fucked in the ass, right? Now
Two balloons and chocolate.
you wait till weeks, months later to find out.
Years.
You got played.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And what young girls have to do is do your due diligence. When you meet a young man, pay attention and be observant to haircut, manicure, pedicure. Is he driving his own vehicle? Have you ever been to his house? What's his sheet game? What's his kitchen game?
Mhm.
What's his underwear game?
And it's for go for young and old.
Yep,
Oh,
young and old.
I get that.
Young and old. And if you do those things, it's not bulletproof, but it'll help you out as much as you can. You'll never bleed. But most of you ladies don't do your due diligence.
I do mine.
No, I'm not saying you.
But listen,
you know what I mean.
I understand what you're
Yes.
saying because as you get older as a woman, yeah, you do want a man to take care of you. You do want him to pay your bills.
Yes.
You do want him to help you out of that desert place.
Yes.
So you can accomplish your green.
And I've been that guy. Like, see,
Yeah.
I do this in my stand-up sometime where I talk about we don't have superheroes no more
Right.
because they took the phone booths,
Mhm.
right? See, when I was coming up, we had Superman. So my superhero character I was Captain Saberhawk. You know, like I
Damn.
always look for a bitch that was struggling because I felt because I had a lot of money, I wasn't meeting the women that really appreciated me at one time when I was young. So I wanted somebody to appreciate me. So give me the bitch that her daddy left them, and they gotta get daycare paid for, or a woman's about to get her car repossessed.
Oh, damn,
Like,
it's that bad?
no, I'm just using those
Okay,
examples.
right.
Bitch, come here, I got you.
Uh-huh.
That shit was insane to
It's
me.
always a begging
But when
ass
you
bitch.
grow up, let me tell you something. When you become a man and woman, and a man will take care of you until the point he understands you are a liability.
Mm-hmm.
And once you become a liability,
You're not doing it no more.
right? Once you become a liability, and because there's some women who like that, right? But they're not appreciative to the man that they like. Because some women go for money.
Mm-hmm.
They're not sexually attracted to the nigga who's taking care of them. They did it for the money. And when they do it for the money, eventually a man can peep game that, oh, she really don't like me.
So you got to translate because some of them watching are like, what are you talking about? Like
Yeah.
you're going to have two different type of women. You're going to
Yes.
have the woman who the man is going to pour into her. He's going to
Yes.
do all these things, get her out of this slump,
Right.
put her in position that she can win,
So
and she
true.
wins.
Right.
And now it's like, it's teamwork.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, you have more money than me. I'm eating, I'm taking care of myself,
Yeah.
but he's still going to take care of the bills. He's
Right.
still going to do all
Yes,
of that.
yes.
But if we fall short, you can help.
Right.
Because I
That's
put
so
you
true.
in position to
Right.
do that.
And you got to understand that.
Right. Then you're gonna
Yeah.
have the other girls, like you
Mhm.
said, who once he realizes you're a liability, he's gonna pack up and go and
Right.
pack you
That's-
up and get on
Especially if
because
you're not showing you're
that you-
appreciative.
that you're appreciative
Right.
and that you are taking what he's giving you and at least trying, even if it's not the most successful
true.
attempt.
Yep.
That you're
I like the way
trying
you're putting that.
to get
Mhm.
there because I know a lot of women who they meet the superheroes.
Right.
And that come into their life and do a tribute to their dreams and their
Mhm.
aspiration. And then when she make it and she got it now, he's like, well, you only got that because a man gave it to you.
Right,
And
right.
it's like, well, I got to keep it,
Right.
because I done effed up some money.
Yes.
I done had Superman come in a couple times and he'd be
Right.
like, damn, if I had that again,
Right.
if
right.
I had that
But
again,
you see
I'd
what
do the
I'm
right
saying?
thing with
But
it.
do you see what I was telling you?
Right.
It's because you was young.
Right.
And as you got older, it's called maturity.
Right.
And that's all it is. And it's good for a man if you can meet a woman, you both on the same page, but she don't have it, right? Because my aunt told me this a long time ago, God bless her. She used to always say, why don't you make her an asset?
Because you can't.
Right. No. It's not because you can't. You make her an asset because you love her. And if you can make her an asset, make her an asset. Because what people missing, when people get together, ladies should always ask a man, what is his intentions?
Mhm.
What is your intentions with me? that's gonna make a lot of men stumble in their conversation because most men don't have an intention. Most men don't have a plan. Once you get a plan, then you have to say, what's your constitution? That means what are the understanding you two as a party have, and what's your goals?
Right.
That's your constitution. And if you could get those things together, you got it all.
See,
You really do.
I want to say I do disagree that you can't make anybody an asset, men or women. There's a lot of people who try to save people in general. You know, you give business opportunities to the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
You can give them all the right things, all the right tools and resources. They
Mhm.
still won't become an asset. And the thing is that men need to understand not every woman can be an asset.
Yes, but I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but what you're saying is absolutely right. But what I was saying, when you find the right
Right one.
person,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't do that with anybody.
No.
But what happens to men too
Mhm.
is emotion. See, we see a fat ass, or the way the girl was walking down the street, or how she walked in with her ass and nice thighs. You look beautiful, I'm telling you. But if a man is not in control, he loses his
Exactly.
mind because he's going after what he sees, right?
Mhm.
But what men have to do is take their time and get to know the character of the woman.
Mhm.
They do that
See,
later
Say
on.
also-
Yeah, and it's too late sometimes.
Yeah.
I just
Some
wanna-
guys are nutting the woman on the first date and don't know the character. She's pregnant on the first date.
and she's trying to let that happen
And then-
anyway.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, if she's
Mhm.
pregnant on the first date, now you fucked her because you realize the character later. Like, wow. And now your ass stuck. So as
You want child
because
support.
because you was raised right,
Yeah.
you want to do the right thing. And this is what I want people to watch this episode, to take gems from you young, beautiful people and the OG, because what we're doing together, if they smart while they're watching this, they can put the pieces together
Mhm.
and build something
Yeah.
as a manual that they could go through. Because character, when you guys get older, that character, boy.
Can I
is
just
key.
say something too?
Mhm.
Back to like our attractive people, recession proof.
Mm-hmm.
So like I agree and I disagree. Obviously, I feel like beautiful women, obviously, they're gonna get someone who's gonna want to take care of them or make sure that they're good. But I also feel like a lot of times it's like your confidence level, you know?
Mm-hmm.
For example, I know some people, and then on top of that, a lot of people have fantasies or the fetishes, or they're
Right.
attracted to certain things. Maybe they like people who have, I don't know, froze, or like there are some people that like big noses, or some people that don't like no ass. There's people, everyone has a thing that they're attracted to. So I don't think that it's necessarily, oh, she's the most beautiful person that I'll ever, be able to
Mm-hmm.
come around or take care of. So I don't always think that it's all right, only beautiful women are the ones that are recession proof, because I've seen for myself, like people who are just exuding confidence, or
I
like they
agree.
know who they are.
And let me
they
tell
can
you
get a
why
man
I
to do
say
whatever,
that.
and you're just like, how the fuck she did that?
Let
They
me
be
tell
taken
you,
care of.
I travel almost every other day. No disrespect when I say this. I see some of the most ugliest white women in the world,
That's what I'm talking about.
and they have the biggest rocks
On
on
they
their
hand-
fucking finger, bro.
Yep.
I'm not bullshitting. And I'm like, I try to say, is it me? Am I just a surface type of motherfucker? Because
Am I shallow?
yeah,
That's what
because
I'm
when I
trying to
see them, I'm like,
say.
who fucking you?
They have the biggest rings. Some of the biggest
They
rings that you
have
haven't
the
even
big-
seen. The
you're
baddest
so-
bitches
you
have.
right.
The little
You're
bit.
so right,
That is
honey.
something that now that's what I'm trying to tell
That's
you.
so
Sorry,
right.
my hat is
You
getting
do
excited.
not. You
That is something
if
that I've
you
been
got
around a lot.
confidence and if you're just a good person,
Mhm.
it could take it to a whole nother level. I'm shocked.
But this is
I've seen that more,
But
baby.
this is not.
It's all
Why
right.
is this shocking? This is a conversation like that.
No, you missed it.
no,
Let me
I'm
tell
just
you.
saying.
Let me tell you why I'm shocked.
Why?
Because my mindset was shadow.
Mhm.
Oh.
Right.
You see
Because
what I'm
confidence,
saying?
let me tell you, I done been slim, I done been thick, I done been chunky, I done been all of them.
Yes,
And the confidence has outweighed all of them.
confidence
That's
is
why
everything.
I'm trying to say that, because for
Mhm.
myself as well, I'm just gonna side with you on that. People probably look at me. I see it in the comments all the time, like she thinks she a bad bitch. No, I'm just confident in myself. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck what you
and-
say, because I'm a.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm not saying. Why y'all always do that to me? I'm just saying everybody has a type. To some people, they're like, I only like light skinned bitches. Okay, good for you. That doesn't make me feel any type of way,
And
baby. I'm
is-
that bitch.
That's so true.
Right.
I don't care if you don't think
and
I'm
what
cute.
it comes down to, I'm sorry to interrupt, ladies. And what it comes down to is confidence trumps everything.
Everything. Always
Everything.
has. Always has.
Everything.
It
Because
runs
I
the
see
home.
some big women
Killing
got
it.
the
Get
most
love at the locked
got
up.
more confidence
Killing it.
than
Killing
some of
it.
the most prettiest
That's
women
what
in the
I'm
fucking
saying.
world.
It's
Like
about
I'll date a
confidence.
fat bitch in a minute that got confidence and and swag
Mhm.
compared to an insecure bitch.
Look, Rico said not me.
No, but seriously, I feel the same
I
way.
said I would, but I know what you're saying. If I was your age, I'd do the same thing. Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
I have
But right
been.
now you would settle.
No,
You feel like
me-
that's not the way?
let me
Like,
explain to you where I've been in my life. I'm just on this beautiful cruise in life.
so long
And-
as she got her own, can suck good
Yeah,
dick,
like,
and she confident.
Where I'm at in life now, if I meet you, you ain't got a bag, I'm not buying you a bag.
Okay.
I got to meet people who got their shit together. Like
Okay.
those days and buying houses and doing things for
Buying
people.
houses? Where the
Yeah.
fuck was that?
See, those things for me, that was at a stage in my life. I'm in my 60s now. I see the world differently.
Tell us the bags you don't spend on pretty women. I want to
Can
hear
I
that.
have loyalty? Like
No,
you
let's
couldn't get a
not go with
woman's
that narrative.
like something that I feel. Can you just tell me if I'm wrong? Something that
Uh-huh.
I feel is that if you take a woman that doesn't really have, she's not where you say that you would need a woman to be.
Mhm.
Now. They don't come with some type of extreme gratefulness and loyalty to you. Like they don't become the woman. Like you don't. They're not able to be shaped into the woman that you need them to be.
See what happens if you'd have asked me this question years ago, I would give you a different answer, right? But where I'm at now, it's like going to get your PhD. You know what they're going to say in the 8th grade, high school, and college, like because you know the answers. And when you know the answers to the questions, the world is different.
Right. Okay.
So you guys are still on your flight. So even though you're going to hear it from other people, you still got to walk through that battlefield. Me, myself, when I look at a woman, yeah, you could be drop dead gorgeous, but what are you going through in your life at that time, right? And what I say to myself is, because I've been through so much, do I want to relive those experiences? Because I don't want to relive those experiences. When you, as they say, when you get in your 60s, your mother, your grandmother used to always say, these are your twilight years. That means you want peace and quietness in your life because you've been through the bullshit in life, and you'll do anything to make sure it don't come in your life.
I think that's it. I mean, I agree. I align with that because that's kind of how I operate. I was very selective my entire life.
That's good.
I was
That's
very
good.
selective. I
Yeah.
made a lot of poor decisions, but I made poor decisions on my own choices, but I never made poor decisions with people.
Yes.
And I think that is because I was already born in the bullshit.
Right.
And
Understand.
so as I was growing, I'm like, I don't want to stay in the bullshit.
Yes. Yeah.
So as I became a young adult, even a young teen, I had to understand, listen, what is this person's character telling me about this person
Yep. That's so
before
true.
anything?
Mm-hmm.
And it can come off judgmental because I will completely isolate myself from somebody before everybody else even sees who they are.
Right.
But then when it all falls down, I don't say I told you so, but I say I expected that was happening.
And I hear that in you, and I think that's good because that's where success is going to take you a long way. Where when I was coming up, I did a lot of trial and error. That's how come when you hear me on stage, you hear me on my podcast, you hear a person who's been around the block, up the mountain, down the street a million fucking times that I'm knowledgeable in this game of life. To the point that even like I said before we came on air, I also taught myself that when I'm around younger women and younger men, if the conversation is I can't get my point across, I fall back because through experience, it teaches you just be quiet because wisdom sometimes is having the ability to even though you know you're right, you stay quiet and let people fight amongst themselves because eventually and hopefully they'll find out what the truth is somewhere down the line. And that's what wisdom is. And I just wish all you guys the true best 30 years from now. You guys are young. You probably ain't even thinking about that. 30 years, you'll be in your 60s.
I'm already thinking about that.
I'm
I'm definitely thinking about
I
that.
hope I'm still here. But if not, you say, yo, I met TK. You know what I'm saying?
When you're in your late 20s, early 30s, I feel like you should be thinking about your 60s, right? Especially with this pretty privileged
Now,
situation.
let me tell you
right?
why you're going to win. I'm going to tell you why you're going to win, sister. Because most women don't think 30, 40 years from now.
I want to be fine forever.
Haunts me.
Right?
Yeah,
I
you
want to
have-
be fine forever. So right
and
now,
you're taking care of it.
I'm taking care
You're
of myself.
thinking about 30,
I'm
40 years from
thinking
now.
about 30,
Smart.
40 years from now. I'm
Smart.
thinking about the man that I'm going to be with, that I know men are physical creatures.
Yes,
Like,
that's
no
so
matter how
true.
much he loved me, like,
Yep.
I want him to be stimulated. I
That's
want him
right.
to be intrigued. And even though I'm fucking up money and I'm making all my mistakes now, my plan is when I am in my 40s, when I
Yep.
am in my 50s, that I'm comfortable and I'm responsible enough that I'm like, okay,
you're on your way.
we good.
You're on your way.
Let me
I'm
tell you
telling
something. My future haunts me so much that it makes me self-sabotage. Because I put that shit no, because I think about my future so much that if something doesn't feel like it's going according to plan, and that's a bad way to be, obviously, but that is something that I always think about. Like, I'm always just like, look, in 20 years, I ain't about to be dealing with this shit. Like, I gotta have it all
you got
worked out.
so two things you do as a woman. You either work hard and you get it yourself,
Absolutely.
or you take care of yourself to be so drop dead gorgeous. Nigga want you.
But all the men
Either
say
way.
that
Ring
doesn't
on it.
work.
Right.
But
Yeah.
all the men say on the show that doesn't work.
It does work.
It depends on who. See,
They
what
say
you
we're
got to
gonna
do.
expire.
Here's the thing about life.
That's why you get you an older man. You never expire.
Well, no, you do
Hello.
expire. Yes, you do. Fuck that.
Not before he does.
Yes, you do. But here's the thing about life.
Not before you though.
When you ladies,
Picture 'em in that
and it
wheel.
seems like you guys are doing what you're supposed to do in life, but when you go out of the States, when you start traveling around the world,
Mhm.
you will see the world differently. The world will see. Give me an example. I'm in the Netherlands, I think. I was at a party, drop dead with gorgeous women. And I'm standing outside and I see these women coming. You know how we all guys talk to women at the club.
Yeah.
And the guys that's talking to them, they wasn't getting no Benzes. They wasn't getting no Rolls Royces. These motherfuckers were getting on mountain bikes. And gorgeous women, like drop dead gorgeous models, would sit on the back and hold them
That's what I'm saying.
and drive off. So now I'm at my hotel and I'm talking to them about what kind of men you look for.
Active.
And they don't care about money.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just happy.
They don't care about nothing like that, yo.
They just want to be treated
They
right.
just want to be treated right.
Right.
And that's why in this country, we have to get out because we are taught everything is black and white. Everything is taught money, money, money. Everything is taught get the bag. But what we really should be doing from day one is teaching these kids great education, teaching them about financial literacy,
Mhm.
because all they do is teach you to raise your hand in school, know the states, know the capitals, but they don't teach you things to survive in this life. We're the only everybody in this America should know 2 languages. When you
Mhm.
go out the country, these motherfuckers know 2 or 3 languages
languages,
like
yep.
nothing.
Mhm.
Like nothing. And it's like when I envy when I get my manicure and pedicure, the Chinese people be talking English and
And
like I
Spanish.
wish I could know this shit.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I feel it's horrible.
And you know what's crazy? OGTK, I would just want to say I appreciate you so much for saying that because I 100% agree. Now, the thing that I think we also got to do is like, we're so diluted with the mindset of get the bag that we're
Yes.
even at the point where we treat each other disposable.
Absolutely.
And these other countries, they are a unit.
Yes, they are.
Everything works in synchronization. For
Mhm.
example, in Spain at 8, 9 o'clock in Barcelona, when everything shuts down,
Yes.
everything shuts down at 9
Everything shuts
o'clock,
down, yeah.
and everybody parties with each other.
Right.
That don't happen out here.
Everybody's
Mm.
outside the windows. I've been to
Yeah.
Barcelona. Everybody's
Mhm.
outside the windows.
You know how crazy this
turn up.
is, right? The
Yeah.
first time I ever traveled to to Atlanta, right? I was like 24 years old. I never
Right.
left Jersey, maybe 23. Never left Jersey a day
Mhm.
in my life. And I walked into Waffle House,
Okay.
and everybody was greeting me. Hey, how you doing? I was like, why are you so excited?
Because you might
Right.
get shot there too.
Huh?
You might get shot there too.
No.
No, keep going with your story.
What
Keep
I'm trying
going.
to say is, what I'm trying to say is, we have a poor mentality here in this country of just being on a defense.
Yes,
We think
true.
that everybody's trying to get over on us because we understand that they're so money driven as
Yes,
we are
yes.
too.
But this
So-
is why he says traveling is important.
No, I'm agreeing 100%.
Because everybody,
yeah.
if you travel, even from a young age, if it starts young, you start taking your kids on vacations to London and Paris and for the week
Mm-hmm.
and for 3 weeks, and they know this culture, they don't think like that.
That's so
Even
true.
still,
It's oblivious to them.
But even in this country, though, what you're saying is true and dope, though. It's like there's a disconnect between men and women in America or in our community. There really is, because I've been having epiphanies lately too. Like, I don't want to keep pushing brothers away. Or I don't want to keep saying, "Yeah, bitch, get your bag, get your bag." Like, I honestly feel like we're there's like a big gap between us now. There used to be, we all like loved on each other, protected each other, worked hard as partners. And now it's just like, oh, if you don't do this, girl, you better just move on because it's another nigga
But
that
I
will.
think that's culturally, and I think that's also like age too, because
Yeah, you grow out of
yeah,
that.
yeah, you go out.
You grow out of
That
that.
gets old because I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
hope
in
so.
rooms with very successful men, black
Absolutely.
men, white men, Spanish men, like everywhere, where they have no problem approaching me and letting me know what they do for a living
Mhm.
and
Right.
how can we make money.
I think it's
Mhm.
a
I think sometimes I think we get in our own heads and we stop ourselves because we're so used to seeing that this is how it's been done. Like, I break the chain every time I step out somewhere. Every time I go somewhere. I was just in Miami, and this whole black and white and whatever. White people approach me the most comfortable
That's so true.
and have conversations and strike business deals. Next thing you know, I'm on a Rolls Royce, I'm on a yacht, I'm on a jet because of this person.
Right.
You understand what I'm
but
saying?
I'm saying
So I think
amongst
we
black
stop.
people.
Yeah, most black people stop themselves. They get in their own way. And so if we just kind of stop this whole, I hate to say that black and white doesn't exist, right? But
It shouldn't.
here goes, I don't know the word that I want to use, but here goes pretty privilege goes hand in hand with this race card.
Racism. Mm-hmm.
I am beautiful. And I don't mean to, I know you hate when people
no,
do that, but
I
but
understand
this
what
is
you're
the
saying.
time for it. I'm beautiful. So I've very rarely experienced the racism card unless I'm just around some really ignorant people.
That's true.
I agree.
Attractive is attractive.
Attractive is
And people are
attractive.
nice to me everywhere.
Mhm.
Everywhere. I mean, they roll out the effing red carpet.
And the thing that I want the audience to get is like all you guys are saying phenomenal information to make people think how they move. And it's your circle
Mhm.
and if you're in the hood, if you're around fucked up people and just
That's what
keeping it
I'm saying,
real,
yeah.
you done. Like you're gonna get all the bullshit. If you shining
That's where they get
and
the
you in the
word.
hood, you're gonna have problems. But when you around, that's why I always say, successful people, when you're around successful people, your brags don't sound like you're bragging.
Yep.
When you're around successful, because you're
normal.
winning, right? It's they're
We're amongst each
comfortable
other,
with
yeah.
you. But when you're around people and you talking, your brags sound like you boasting. It's you're gonna set yourself up for a very, very
Amongst the wrong
bad
people.
situation.
And I want to piggyback off of when you talked about the ladies who were on the bikes and they were like, they didn't care about the money, they didn't care
They didn't
about
care
whatever,
about none of
right?
that.
Because you know why? They done dealt with, not to say they done had the wrong choice in men so many times that now they're like, I just want a good man.
No.
Right?
This is in the
It's a different
Netherlands.
culture.
You think so?
Yeah,
It
they
is. That's
not.
I
what
feel like
no.
women are women.
No, they wasn't
No,
that. They don't
American
go. They
women
don't
are
go through
American
those
women.
problems. Yeah. So give me an example. One of my friends, I forgot what country she's
No,
at.
it's true.
Multi-millionaire, right?
Mhm.
Came over this country. Got a name. She was white. I couldn't really date her,
You don't
because
date white women?
no, I'll fuck you, but I can't date you.
Okay.
It's different. And that was a long time ago. I can't do that now because I can't walk
Come get
through the
fucked, white
community.
woman.
I can't go through the community, even though I respect you, even though I do right. It's T to the motherfucking K. Like, yo, it would be a crisis. And some of these women are nice people.
Mhm.
I, of who I am, just wouldn't do that to my my culture, my
people?
people. I just couldn't do
Even if
it.
you loved her?
I only
Mario
love.
Hardik
But that's
is
See,
married to a
natural.
white
like
woman,
again,
and
my
he doesn't
world, I see and move differently. The people who I truly love are my daughters and my kids.
Could they marry a white man?
Um, I would have to accept it
But
because
this
I
is-
love them so much.
Mm.
Like my daughter told me one day she was dating, think about dating a white guy, and I do this in my stand up now. I would never tell her this, but I made the joke up that I said, "Yeah, honey, let me see him, let me meet him." So I picked him at the airport. As soon as he got in the car, I turned on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and I was explaining to him how, listen, I heard that you're trying to date my daughter, and I think that you're a nice guy, but I come from a era where you people did a lot of things to my
Yo,
people.
the movie on
Now,
Netflix was
I'm going to
like that.
explain something to you. That's what I thought. I was going to explain something to you. I say, you would never, I'm going to tell him, look at me. You would never put your pinky dick in my daughter ever.
What if he already had?
No, it ain't happening. My daughter's moved a certain way.
Okay.
I said, and if he did, you'll never do it again. So I'm going to take you back to the airport. You're going to block my daughter. I'm going to act like you was a player and you just ain't fucking with her no more. But if I ever see you again,
I'll shoot you.
we're gonna have
Can
some
I
problems. That
say
shit is
something
funny
now?
as
Can I
hell.
say something? Did you guys see the new movie on Netflix?
I saw a
with
little bit
Lauren
of it.
London?
Yeah, I
They're
saw a little bit.
literally Eddie Murphy in that movie because
Yeah.
he was. But this is the thing. It's like, why though? If something makes you happy enough, like if we really believe that we're all human,
I'm
if
gonna
we
give you
really-
some game.
I'm not saying that. You know what? And this is the thing that I do on the show. I speak on things not
Yes,
because.
but I'm gonna
experience
give
it,
you
but
some
just 'cause
game.
I'm curious.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you some game. When you have people 30, 40 years older than you, we just see the world different.
Differently.
Doesn't mean you're wrong.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that person's wrong. You guys, when you get to be my age and young girls come up one day, you're gonna look at them like,
Don't do this.
damn,
do
bitch,
that.
that's some
But
stupid.
that's how I look at them
But
now.
that's how the world. Yeah, but it's
I'm
gonna
like, God
wait enough.
damn.
I'm not even talking about their kids. I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about when they start having children.
Oh, okay.
And you're 60 and you're still being beautiful, and you tell people, and I met TK Kirkland, I met so and so, we talked about this, and look at you, and you're gonna give them so much wisdom,
Yeah.
and they're gonna give you knowledge because you're gonna come across people very intelligent, like
Yeah.
at your age, and you'll see the difference because they're gonna look at you and go, "Wow, I can't believe that you really think like that," but because of your time or where you was born. We just move and see the world differently,
Mhm.
and you will too one day.
Yeah.
You know, could you imagine if our great grandparents came back and saw half the shit we did as a race? They look at us like we fucking crazy. Like you ladies don't know, back in the '60s, you couldn't even wear a thong bathing suit on the beach.
And people
Your-
approach you
your-
like your first and last
Yeah,
name.
your bathing suit had to be an inch over your knee,
Mhm.
and they had cops on the beach that would bring a ruler and measure you. If it was not an inch, you would get a ticket. This
We
is
need to go
how
back to
shit.
that.
Yeah.
But
We need to go
imagine
back
when
to
you went
that.
on a date, the men
We're
had to
just
come
like
to your
three
door and
inches.
be like, "Hey, can I
That's
see
funny.
Rudy Williams? Hello, ma'am. Is Rudy Williams here today? I need to take her on a date. Can you please take
You're
Rudy Williams on a
hilarious,
date?"
woman.
But I'm just saying that's how drastic things are. Now you'll have sex with somebody that don't even know your first and last name.
That's so true. And that's the kind
You
I
just
like.
won't walk up to the door, won't open up the door for you.
I like that shit. I like not knowing your name. You know what I'm saying?
This is just
I'm
before
recovered-
our
I'm
time.
Yeah,
recovered.
thank you so much. I'm out. See
Right.
you.
This is
We
just
had a
good time.
wonderful
Are we
time.
on the same page?
Yeah, because I travel a lot, and I have a thing that I do, and I'm share with the world. I don't have sex like I used to because I'm a senior citizen now, so my body's for the Lord.
The older, the greater.
But
Now
you know,
my
my body's for the Lord,
No,
right? So,
you're depriving some women.
but nobody is fucking in the hotels no more because I get up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be listening.
No, they just fucking a little earlier before
Is
you
what they
go to
doing it?
sleep.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you this one story. So I'm in Westchester, New York one day, and I get in after all these years. I finally hear a couple throwing the fuck down, and I'm excited. Like, yo, finally somebody in there having a good
You was in a
time.
motel because that's the only place.
No.
The
This
malls
is
was that big.
I stay in 5-star type
Okay,
shit.
okay.
So now I'm like, oh, this is cool, but it only lasts a few seconds. So I make myself laugh. So that morning I got up and I wrote a note and slid it under their door.
No, you didn't.
I say, young lady, you is fucking fantastic. You keep it up, sir.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together. Basically, you was too short. And I made sure the elevator was open so that when I slid it under,
just
that they
run.
wasn't walking past the
Mhm.
door. So I get to the elevator because it's early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one. So it was perfect time. Zoop. When I got in there, elevator closed, I was gone.
It's been a
But-
long time since I heard people fucking in the hotel.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it don't calm down.
But no, I just think the walls are extra thick.
Nah,
or the
you
suite is
could
too
walk
big.
by- Sometimes you walk through and you kind of hear it at the door. You like,
Right.
You can hear it at the
That's a
elevator.
good feeling. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You'd
You
have
know?
to be in
I
the
just go
hallway,
ahead and
but I
look at my
have been a
girl.
creep. I can't say I haven't heard it in the hotel recently because I was
Yes.
just in the hotel, right?
Right.
And I heard it because I was in the hallway.
Okay.
And we stopped by the door and put our ears against
Right.
the
Yeah.
door.
It's just something that
But
you
once
do.
we got inside,
Right.
he was like,
Oh, they
after an hour or two, he was like, we wonder if they still going.
Oh, see, yeah. See, yeah.
probably
Respect.
not.
Respect.
That'd have been more. I said we got competition.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder
Sometimes.
what's-
Right.
I wonder if people are
I
having
hope
like
people
long,
have heard me
passionate
having sex. I hope so. It's great.
But I wonder if people are having, you know how like we used to listen to, well, not we, because I'm only 22. But remember how people used to listen to long, slow jams?
I
Like you
still
have
do.
that
They just did that the other
playlist.
day.
You got that Chocolate Factory. Oh, sorry, wrong person. You got, you got the good jams going and
Yeah.
you're making love and there's foreplay and you might get some toys. Like I wonder if people still do that because
Yes,
it
they
seems like
do.
everything is just like rah, rah, rah.
No.
That's why you have OGs.
And then on top
Yeah.
of that, there are so many fetishes. For example,
Sure,
I've
owes a
been
man. He gonna take his
Yeah.
time,
That's how you got to.
baby.
Yeah. You got to. That's why you got to get an
Like,
OG.
where you want me
You're
to
not
lick
dropping
it?
dick
Where you
off
want
no
me to
more.
touch
Yeah,
it?
but I say, yeah, it depends on the kind of man you are. give me an example. I went down on this girl one time so good. She went home and called me and said, TK, I just told my roommate how good you eat pussy. Can you do her? I was so embarrassed. I hung the phone up on her like a bitch. I couldn't believe someone had said some shit like that to me. Because even though I've come up in life and did certain things, I still have morals. And I totally took disrespect to it. Too much. I swear to God. Now, as you go through life and you've been through crazy things, you sometimes come to this crossroads of religious. You wanna, do I change my life to totally become religion? Tell you a true story. This is a true story. So, girl, I was dating, and we stopped dating. She called me and said, "Hey, TK, me and such is coming to Vegas. I want to have a threesome for my birthday." I said, "All right, cool." So they get there, and we meet at the hotel in Vegas, and they start kissing. And I'm like, Lord, what do I do? I'm talking to
Not
God.
Lord.
I'm like, Lord, what,
Do I
Lord,
participate?
what do I do? You know? So the Lord's like, be careful with my homies. I'm listening to my homies. Like, nigga, fuck that. You better go handle your shit. But something else was going on that day. I was coming down with a flu and I had diarrhea.
Oh
Watch
man.
this. I'm talking about my stomach is in pain. So we go out, we have a good time. We come back, they taking a shower, kissing, and I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed like a confused pope. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do, right? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So they start kissing in the bed, I go take a shower, get in the bed, and I'm touching them and I'm having fun. And this is the first time in my life that I squeezed my
Butt
ass so
cheeks.
tight together for about 40, 45 minutes because one wrong slip,
It was
it
over.
would have been an embarrassing type of situation.
Damn.
But you
Now,
know, we didn't live in a different time now. That might have turned.
oh,
them
yeah. No, I don't even want to even
That's
see that
nasty.
right there
That's
would turn me on. Like some things you get too much information. So now, here come the game. See, even though that was a sexual encounter, here come the game. And I tell people, sometimes when you win, you really lose. And sometimes when you lose, you really win. Because I'm thinking, I gave her a PDD, a proper dick down, right? So now
Let's go shopping.
we laying in bed, and now she's cheating on her boyfriend. She goes out in the hallway to talk to him. I'm talking to a friend who's gorgeous. And I'm thinking I'm that nigga. I said, yo, you should stay. Shit. You know, we go shopping.
Here we
She
go.
said- so she's like, well, what about her? Like, nah, fuck that. She got a nigga. Come on. Let's go. You know, she's like, you sure? I said, yeah. So she goes talk to her. Like, oh, I'm going to stay with TK. He wants me to stay. They start arguing. Now, she got a nigga, but she arguing because, bitch, I brought you to the game.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she winds up getting mad. She leaves, go back to LA. And as I'm driving, leaving the hotel, going to my house, and me and this woman is talking, she says to me, I said, so what is? She said, I'm between my mother and my sister's house. Now, maturity, because you guys don't even get it yet. Maturity to me, I said, oh, this woman is a liability
She's staying at her mom or her sister's
because she don't have no place.
Yeah.
So it's best, this is going to cost me
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of dollars to
Mhm.
be invested in this woman. And you got to know who you want to be invested in. So when I got to the hotel, I went on upstairs on my phone and booked the airline ticket. I said, hey, something came up. I got to go. I put her back on the plane to go to LA. She probably beat a friend there. But my point that I'm making, sometimes I thought I was that dude because I pulled her.
Yeah, that's what you mean by the
I
win
thought,
was
yeah,
the loss and the
I
loss
thought it
was
was.
the
I
win.
thought I did my motherfucking thing. You couldn't have told me I wasn't that nigga, right? But in actuality, I had almost put myself in debt.
But
Yeah.
it could have just been a sexual.
Nah, because think
No,
about
see,
it.
yeah,
Now
she knows that,
now
yeah.
she know.
About to take a
Like
shot
just
then.
keep it
She's
real.
not even thinking about money. Because I'm
He
more
10 steps
mature.
ahead of her, which she should
Exactly. I was 10 steps ahead.
be. And this is the pretty thing that I was just talking about on the call right here.
Right.
This is how niggas get set up. This is how they get robbed.
true,
This is how
darling.
all these things
So
happen.
true,
This is how
babe.
they catch
So
diseases
true,
and gotta
yep.
need the pill because
Yep.
one, you hitting it raw because one, she's pretty. So you like she
Exactly.
look clean.
Yep.
Secondly, you met her that night, she talking and she's sweet and everything. And most niggas is not really caring that you staying between your moms and depending on what type of
That's
man
so
he is.
true.
But he's ready to bring you back to your house, not thinking 10 steps ahead of to a liability. You already in the house now.
Yeah.
So now even if she wasn't there for money, just a good time, opportunist is an opportunist.
Yeah.
So now she see all of this shit around. She see he got money. She see the car. Energy might be different.
Energy might be different. So true, honey.
Trying to stick around.
Yeah, and what she says is the point. I was mature at that time in my life. I was 10 steps ahead.
I'm glad you was.
And I knew what I was about. And she probably was a nice girl. That's why I say to any man that's listening, anyone, know what you're getting yourself into.
She was on super survival mode. She might have burned you.
Listen, she may not even was even thinking like that.
Yeah.
She probably, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think she was trying to get me.
But we supposed to live our lives if we moving smartly.
Remember now, we're talking about
Yeah.
40-something years ago.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah,
At least
there was a different group of women.
Yeah, this is 40-something years ago.
I don't think so,
we're
but okay.
moving she wasn't coming at me to win. It's just that I knew what I didn't want to be involved in.
Right.
That's
Right.
all.
Yeah, there was
She
no
probably,
already had
she probably was a nice girl. I just knew at that moment that's not something
That you wanna be
I
a part of.
wanted
Here's
to be
the
a part
crazy
of.
thing, right?
If there's a girl, and listen, I don't live in New York, by the way. I'm a Jersey bred.
Right.
If a girl don't got a car,
That's so true.
if she don't got her own house,
Mm-hmm.
and I even up the ante, you can't even have a roommate.
That's respect.
You are not allowed to.
That's
We are. No, it's not. It's not childish.
No, I mean her having a roommate's childish.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
Now let's
No.
get these
I'm not
people.
gonna lie. When I was young and I went through a couple of those experiences, that's when I got
But
the
Rico,
richest
you're not talking
man.
about young girls, are you?
I mean, I'm talking about any girl. I don't care what age you are. You are not allowed to speak.
Here's
to
guys. Let me because I'm older. Let me put you up on game. You're being just a little too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that, there are a lot of nice people with roommates
Right.
that don't have the opportunity that you guys may have had to
Right.
make it
I
now.
don't like to drive. I got
Here's
Uber.
right, and here's the thing
No,
about
I'm just.
here's the thing about life. You actually get to see the tables turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You actually see a person who had a roommate become that
A millionaire or
motherfucker.
something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you see the person who you was and you thought you had your shit together, now you're on that side.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whew.
life is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So try not in life. I think what you got for a young, if you was my son, I would say right on.
Can't be
This is the
judgmental.
way. But you can't be too judgmental. The reason why, because you're a good looking kid, you could probably give knowledge to the young lady that you meet because you might can change lives. See, the purpose of a man to me is that even if you don't be with the woman forever, give her the game that she can survive to whoever she with. Because most men are not intelligent, right? Most men don't have money, or some men got money but no game. Some men have no money but no game but good dick, right? And they get caught up in with the female to a point that everybody's just losing. But with you and to the people listening, if you meet that right girl and she's just in an apartment, don't put her down too bad, or you can just give a game. Tell her certain things that keep your room clean. Make sure you wash your car. And then some guys, if you don't have a car and the girl has a car, if you want to show her that you really that nigga, you got to be a gas ferry. Let me explain to you what a gas ferry is. A gas ferry, especially here, is that when you go out with a woman, you say, "Hey, let me
Where
put
that
gas
gas
in your
tank go?
car." If you ain't got a car, once a week or twice a week, say, "Let me get your car detailed."
Mm-hmm.
And always come to a woman's house with something in your hand when you're coming to visit her, because it shows her that you was
water,
yeah. She
whatever
shows
you see
that
her
you
lacking in that household.
yeah. She
Yeah.
show you show her that you was raised right, and you
But
Yeah,
can
'cause
they
I be
you
trying to
yeah.
tell these
You-
girls.
I'm not
But
gonna
that's how
lie,
I
OG,
operate,
I'm not co-signing on that part.
But that's why you got an OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
See, no.
And that's what I'm saying.
Listen to me for a second.
Even
See,
as a woman, though.
yeah, here's
As a
the thing. Here's the thing. Why older men are listen. So the goal here is now not to say that you're right.
Mhm.
The goal for you right now is to listen and see how I can bring that into my repertoire, because I'm saying you're handsome. No homo, right? But you go to a woman showing that you was raised by the right OGs, and you don't want to look just because I'm fine. Because the same thing goes with men too, right?
I was just
They
about to
think-
say, this is what I was
Right,
going into
right.
saying.
Exactly.
That a man will be with a woman, the pretty privilege, because she looks good and offer all these things, right? But let's keep it reverse the tables.
Yes.
Women have a short temper. So at the end of the day, you could be fine, but if you ain't got shit, it ain't gonna last long.
Yeah, it's not
You know
gonna
what I'm
last
saying?
long.
It's not gonna last
But
long.
if you show that you got proper etiquette,
That's my most important thing when it comes to me.
yeah, you got proper etiquette.
Period.
You are bringing something into the woman's house.
Mhm.
And here's the thing: it ain't got to be no bottles of champagne all
Girl,
the
he
time.
ain't rich, but he come over and fix
Yeah.
the sink. He fixed the light
Oh
bulb.
no,
that been
no, no,
broken
no, no.
for
That's
6
not what I
months.
mean yet. No. I want to stay focused on what I want to stay focused on what I'm talking about because the conversation is gonna go everywhere, and that's not what I want to do. What I want to explain is when a man comes to a woman's house, even if you just come with chips, even if you just come with some chicken, you come with something. Even if her K was about to get cut off and she need 120 and you got 100, you put that with it. All those things count to a woman who totally appreciates you. Am I right or wrong?
I said
And
the
it's them
cases of
little
orders.
things.
You were like,
It's them little things.
you're gonna call your homegirl when he leave and say,
Yeah.
he brought cases of water. He came over and seen that I didn't have meat. I like to cook, but I
Yes.
wasn't stocked up on
Yeah.
meat, so he bought the meats. You know, those little
things are
things.
important.
He's
And-
sleeping over. He bought comforter.
And here's what's so great when you said that. When you know a woman doesn't have certain type of food, bring the food that you want her to cook.
Mm-hmm.
But don't go, listen to anybody listen to me. Don't you ever go to a woman's house. She got kids and you tell her to cook. And she got kids and you don't replace the food that you just ate, knowing that food is for the children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
A
would
lot of
hope
people
that she-
laugh.
Who raised you?
Wait,
Or vice
versa.
versa.
Who
Can I
raised
just
her
say-
though?
Right.
OG, who raised her?
Yes,
Some women do that.
But that's not. But that's
And it's
what-
wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad that you brought that
Yeah.
out.
It's
You're
a
right,
lot.
fam. You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying? 'Cause
You're right.
If my girl gave my daughter's food to another man,
Oh, yeah, dog.
I have a huge
You
issue
damn right.
with that. You
Yep.
know?
Absolutely.
And
You sure would.
I just want to say, right? Like I want to stay on point.
Yes.
I think that we also got to be mindful because I agree in a sense. If you do find somebody worthy, you're supposed to have that proper etiquette.
Yes.
Now, when we're talking about the early dating phase,
Yes.
men overextend themselves too often
Yes.
and they also leave themselves dry. So they have to find that fine balance.
You're so right, young man. I'm gonna tell you why you're right. I teach the same thing I said. I talk to my son about it, and I explain. I try to raise my boys strong men, and I said this to my son. He said exactly what you said in a different way. He said, "Dad, I'm being the gentleman that you taught me to be." He said, "But those kind of women ain't out there."
They are.
He said, Dad, he got somebody nice. This was years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Well, he's 37 now, 35. So he said, but when he was 29, 28, but again, that's why I was saying, majority, I don't know about you ladies, but the majority, most women and men, you're going through your journey in life.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
why what
That's
you
why
said
your
It's
here-
20s
survival
is your
mode.
journey. Yeah.
I
like
laugh.
what you-
I use that
your
because
journey.
I like older men.
Okay.
Not for any reason, just because my experience with them. I know that the quote unquote around is like sugar daddy, this and
Right,
that.
right.
But I'm a hustler.
Okay.
I like game,
Yeah.
and game is sold, not told.
That's right. I like you.
So for me-
you're going to be cold in 30 years, girl. I can't
So-
wait.
For me,
Over here like,
he's not physically selling it to you, but being in that relationship with him, whether it works or not, you left with something.
That's right.
So I be like,
That's right.
they be like, oh, I'm sorry we broke up. I'm not. You made me better for the next
That's
man.
so true,
So
honey.
now I can take those things when I go into this relationship
Yep.
and I say, so when I do date a certain age of a man,
He gonna love you.
he's like,
who the fuck taught what?
who taught you this? Who taught you
Exactly.
that? I still have my childish behaviors, of
Yeah.
course, because I'm still
Still young, right?
But I do have those core values of things of saying, okay, I want us to build so I could be solid with you. Okay, well, if you're already
See,
rich, teach me how to get.
that's
You got
right,
$1 million in your
that's
account. I
right.
want one too.
That's
And teach
right.
me how to keep it because I keep fucking it up.
Right.
You
That's so
understand what I'm
true.
saying? So I just think like,
Because when I date certain women
yeah,
and be gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
And I say, who the fuck dated you? That they didn't give you no game.
right.
Like it drives me fucking insane.
Right.
Like niggas don't move that fucking way. So niggas was dating pretty women just to
To
fuck.
keep them stupid.
Yeah, to keep so they wasn't giving them game to
No,
survive.
No, they wasn't.
Because I used to tell people, you got to be 50 years old to fuck with me. So it got to the point I said, trying to fuck with me is trying to get into Harvard. Everybody ain't gonna get accepted. It comes down to that. Because I know some of the most gorgeous women in the world, but they don't know how to roll with a
Well,
man.
see,
Here,
me
and
and
here's
Alan,
I'm sorry to
coachable,
yeah.
coachable.
And here's the rule to life, and I wish this is important. See, throughout history, men have always been taught how to treat a woman. but nobody has taught women how
Mhm.
to really treat a man.
And the man you with, he needs to help you do that.
Yes, and it has to be that balance that men have to take that time. But what I hate where the world is going, not for all men, because when I do meet certain women, they've come out of relationships where the man was, again, habitual liar, narcissist, um,
Abusive.
abusive.
Mhm.
And now you, instead of you loving this girl, you got to be a therapist. Now you got to motivate her, get her life, let her know that there's somebody who can love you and somebody will treat you right. But then she has to know the bounds. If I talk about this too much, I'm gonna run him away based on where you are in your life. Because
Mhm.
I'll sit there and talk to a young lady. But where I'm at in my world now, I've been through all those levels of that dating, that level of dating. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I just want peace.
Yeah.
But that's like I will always sit here with you young, beautiful people. And if you're going the wrong way, I would say, hey, you're going the wrong way. But every one of y'all are just phenomenal. And I
Thank
praise
you.
Almighty God that I can get another 40 summers. You see, I was 30 at first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
another
going
10,
another-
another day of
Let's make
10 on
it
that.
50 while you
Yeah,
at
you know what
it.
I'm saying?
Right.
Give me another 40 summers in this motherfucker, yo. But the way I'm going, I should
I'm
be
about to say,
okay.
At the
Yeah.
rate you're going, you all right. Man.
Right.
You look like you my age.
Right, right,
I
right.
think society has taught women, it's because they look good, that yes,
Yes.
life is gonna be easier. Yeah, to a certain extent.
To a certain
but
extent.
You're supposed to take that pretty and turn it into profit.
Yeah, because here's the thing: when you get older, what you start realizing is not how well you live, it's how well you die.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And one day the beauty is gone, and one thing you don't want to be old and broke.
yep.
Trust me, you don't want to be old and broke,
No, it's
and
not fun.
that's a horrible feeling for. Thank God I'm blessed, but I teach people that because I want them to stay on their game because I don't want you to be in a crisis at a young age. So that's why I teach people how to get a free LLC, a free EIN, how to fill out paperwork in my stand up. So now what I'm doing now in my stand up, I'm also showing not only am I talking about how you get the money, now I'm teaching you about health so you can stay alive long to enjoy the money. Because there's so many young black men dying because they don't know
You don't go to
their
the doctor.
numbers. They don't go to their doctor. When I did an interview in LA last week, the gentleman that was on the show with me hadn't been to the doctor in 10 years.
Yeah, because they think
said,
if
"What
if
the
it don't
fuck?"
feel weird and it don't itch and it don't this,
Yeah,
I'm
you
fine.
gotta
I
go
don't
to the
need to go to the doctor.
doctor.
But it's women too.
Yes.
I'm around. I have a group called
I'm
Top
glad
20.
you said that. Okay,
I have
so
a
yeah.
group called Top 20 NYC. It's about 31 girls, right?
Yeah.
And they're all about 5 years younger than me.
Okay.
And I'm talking the conversations that we have is I don't limit it. I talk about hygiene.
Yes.
I talk about proper etiquette. I talk about how to move in a room. I talk about how to keep a man that want to be kept. I
Right.
talk about how to get the bag. I talk
That's
about
good,
how to
huh?
turn being in a room into something productive.
Yes.
You know, all these things. So, but the main thing is the health, the going to the doctor. Just because you like him, don't do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just because there's a lot of stuff going on out here, and health is not the first topic. It's getting the bag. So you
Mhm.
forget about the health part because you're getting the bag.
Yep.
It's media.
And as you get older, believe it or not, anything after 40, I think that man and woman should go to the doctor to get tested for everything, right? But not just for diseases,
For everything.
for strokes, for if you about that, do you
Everything.
have high cholesterol, high blood pressure? Because
but
you
that
can
means
marry someone that you
something.
love and they die next
Yeah.
motherfucking month.
But this is where it comes into play where men, you know, they talk about the gold diggers, they talk about this, they talk about that, but you're choosing these women. You're not choosing the women like, yeah, it's okay for her to be a go-getter, a hustler, want the bag, want this lifestyle. But what is she doing to what's the word I want to use? To the household. Is she making sure you eating the right food so you can continue making that hard-earned money? Is
Here's
she
what I've
making sure you
seen.
healthy? When she's going to the gym to stay fine, so-called, just in case you leave her, right?
Mhm.
She's making sure you coming with her.
Right. Here's what I've seen in my lifetime. I've seen women who knew their opportunity, but what men have a problem with, the women that they really want, that woman is not in the room. See, you pick from your environment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not there, a man is only going to pick for what he sees.
Mm-hmm.
And if that educated girl or that girl who really got her shit together is not in the room, then you don't have a chance. So most women who are in the club, no disrespect, are usually women who may just have a regular job or maybe not be working,
Mhm.
or got that bad one pair of jeans and that got the bad shoes on,
Uh-huh.
and she coming that motherfucker looking amazing,
But
and
she
you
go
go,
on the
I
mattress.
got to get this bitch. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And then one thing happens, and sometimes you really grow to like them,
Yeah.
right? So
The worst.
what in essence, to make a long story short, all type of relationships have to be like the Rubik's cube. You know how difficult it's to put those colors together.
It is.
Mhm.
Almost
That's
impossible.
almost impossible. That's relationships.
I feel like women should be very transparent in the beginning.
Explain.
I'm meaning like I hate to use myself as an example, but I like to use my experiences as teachings. You know,
Okay.
when I'm dating and I first meet a man, I like to tell him up front what he getting himself into.
Okay, explain.
So if I'm not on the highest of pedals and I'm broke right now and I'm trying, listen, I don't have money. You know what I'm saying? I have opportunities and I got
Mhm.
resources and
Right.
I use them motherfuckers like they water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so that may look like I'm wealthy. That may look like I'm super educated
I
or
respect
whatever
that.
the
I
case may
respect
be.
that.
But
And
I
it gives
don't-
him a choice
It gives him a choice.
if he wants to be involved with that.
Right.
Depending
Because-
on where he is in his life.
Depending on where he is in his life, because
Mhm.
now it allots me a bigger leverage. Because
Mhm.
now once he says, okay, I'm cool with the fact that you don't have this and have this. Now, what are you trying to, like you asked me, it's like, what are your goals with this? What are you really
Right.
trying to go with it?
Right.
Because if I can't help you get there, then I'm going to stop right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, also what that really does is just most men don't ever get that. So whenever a woman is being transparent, especially at the door, you establish trust immediately.
And it can also intimidate him too.
Yeah, well,
Right? Am I
100
right? You go, oh
100%.
no, this bitch too real for me.
Yeah,
You
well-
know, you'd be surprised what things can trigger a
Yes.
guy.
Right,
You
it's a
would-
gift
but-
and a curse.
Mhm.
But my thing, and this is just the way I always went about life. If being real and being honest pushed you away, I didn't want you here. And I think that that's also a great way to kind of weed people out, because not saying that they would, because they probably still, if you were to lighten up, they probably still could rock with you and then maybe even do more for you somewhere down the line. But if somebody, we talked about intentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I already know that right now you have zero intentions with me. If I'm upfront, open, honest, and raw, and you run away from it or you push it to the side.
Okay.
You know, your
Okay.
intentions have shown me maybe they could have grown to something potentially, but as of right now, it's not that. I wanted to touch on one thing that you had mentioned,
Mhm.
and I think that this was, my mother raised me this way,
Okay.
so it's a little bit different. And my mother always said, you know, never rely. I was great at sports, so never rely on your athletics and never rely on your popularity.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, I was a kid who wanted to study. I needed to build my brain.
Awesome.
Right. And I think that women are not getting that advice to not rely on your looks and not rely
like
on your
that.
popularity, because it will fade, one of the two,
That's
if not
right.
both.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is, yeah, you might have got a couple resources, but you never gain the skill set to utilize them.
That's so true.
I agree. Rico, I never agree with you.
That is so
Today,
true.
I agree with you. And you
Yeah,
know
he's
what?
right on point.
I'm going to tell you several reasons why I agree with you. Yes, pretty will get you very far. It will get you in the door. It will get you up. It will get you there. But to stay there, right?
Stay
Once
there.
you get into that position where you have all these resources and these opportunities coming, right? I'm a woman who a lot of my lifestyle has been luxurious. We outside, we moving, somebody's helping, somebody's hand in hand. And, you know, we just know a lot of people in the right places, in the right rooms, right? But now where I am in my life, I do want to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to get an education. Not to say I might not never use it. I might not need it because I'm already in a space in my life.
Here's the reason why you want
what I
the
mean?
education.
But I just want it
When
for
you get-
myself.
Yes. When you get older and you have an education, and like he said, you know how to control the climate of the room.
Yes.
Intelligence helps with everything,
Mm-hmm.
along with maturity. And if you don't have, sometimes you can get the bag and so ignorant that you lose it all.
Yep.
That's like when we talk about life insurance and insurance policies with people, and we all in here know somebody
Mm-hmm.
that got the bag and within a year, a month, ran through it and didn't have a dime because they didn't have the financial intelligence
Literacy.
to hold on to the money. So they ran through it, got the first thing, because most people shop off impulse, right?
Yep.
So that impulse drove you to Gucci, Dior, etc. But then I know a woman that went through $3 million of insurance policy, and this is what she said. I said, "What the fuck you do with your money?" This bitch said, At least I had a good time. I wanted to smack the fuck out of her, yo.
Yeah, I'd have been tight.
$3 million?
Yeah.
$3 million.
But here's the literacy part.
Man.
I've also seen people lose it and get it back. But now,
Yes, we've seen that. We all know those kind of people.
So I think like,
But that's intelligent.
yep.
Yep.
That's not just intelligent. Sometimes it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
Give you an example. You ever seen motherfuckers go to prison 15 years?
Come back out, pop up.
They come out and they be having a fucking brand new car. Nigga, you've been working your job and saving money, and this motherfucker, you say hello, but in your mind, like, motherfucker, you just got out.
Yeah.
This nigga back on the block balling.
Yep.
It's just some people just got it,
The
man.
hustle.
I think women should just definitely take from this the ultimate bad bitch, right? That you want to be is more than beauty, is more than looks.
Bingo.
It's more than being pretty.
Yep.
And not to say to neglect those things. Yeah,
Yes.
men are a physical
Use what
creature.
you have to get. But the bottom line is what you said.
Right.
Your bottom line, your foundation
It's not your ass.
is not your ass. Your foundation is have your shit together
Yeah.
by the time you get to a certain
And it's
age.
okay you don't have it together right now.
It's okay.
But the ultimate
It's
goal
okay.
and mind frame
Thank you,
and
sweetheart.
mindset and track you
Yes.
need to be on is that I'm going to
Yeah.
get it right.
Use what you got as bait,
Yeah.
but the goal is
Yeah.
let me get my shit together.
Yeah.
Give an example. When I was coming up, and a lot of my female friends dated drug dealers.
I just was about to, you reading my mind right
So
now?
when they died or went to prison,
they have shit.
they ain't have. So
Right.
they wasn't saving money.
This-
They were just buying the bag.
Great
They got the
example.
shoes.
Yep.
They got the house that they about to
I
lose.
come
They
from the
gonna
strip
lose
club
it.
world.
Man.
I come from the strip club world. I've danced from the biggest clubs of King of Diamonds
Yes.
to Magic to Atlanta to
Okay,
everything,
respect,
right?
respect.
BMF, everything, right? And so these women that were, I'm not that old, but and when they were dancing, Meech was home.
Yes, I know what you mean.
And he was giving out, like you talked about, houses and all that
Right.
stuff like that. And there's a very few women who still have those houses, who invested that money, but you're making 20 grand at 3 nights a week. And you mean to tell me you still don't have shit? Now, stripper
that
money's
something?
fast. I'd have blew through. I'd have made 40 grand in a month. I'd have made 20 grand in a month. I can't even tell you where I pissed it at.
Right.
But the ultimate goal is like, you got it, it's coming, you getting these opportunities, do the right thing with it. But that comes with growth, and it comes
right.
with fucking up, and it comes with maybe sleeping in the car for a few months and say, I don't like how this feels.
Or remember I said earlier, if you got OG in your ear,
Yes.
whether a woman or a man,
Mentors.
a mentor, let's call him mentor.
Yeah.
If you got that, that's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to tell you guys and ladies how it's supposed to be. And if you listen, it will save you years off your grind. Because it's all a grind.
Yeah.
But it will save you years off your grind. And that's what OGs and mentors are for. To make sure you don't have to sleep in your car. To make sure that when you get the bag, respect that motherfucking dollar.
But-
and you ain't got to have every pair
But the
of shoes.
truth is, some people may have to sleep in that car too. They may, like,
no,
you know how
it's
your
all right.
parents tell you, don't touch the stove because
That's
it's
what I'm
hot,
trying to say.
right?
Yep.
You have to sometimes touch that stove.
Sometimes
to
you learn
know
that way.
It leaves the scab and
Yes.
it hurts, and not to do it
And
again.
that's the hard part,
Yeah.
right? That's the hard part when you gave somebody the game and they don't
That's
use
all the
it.
time.
Man,
More often than not.
Yes.
You know?
So, in your experience, OG,
Mm-hmm.
right? What do you see the difference in between people's longevities and success and lifestyles and things of that sort between having short-term relationships and long-term relationships? Like, do you feel like, one's more successful than the other, or?
here's my couple examples. I'm gonna laugh. First, with me, I never wanted to be a player. I was a guy. My intentions were strong when I met a woman, but my mindset was so far in advance, it scared the females. So I always said, let me have somebody else to take pressure off the woman that I really wanted to be with. So that trickled down because I was just ahead. I was dating maybe 8, 9 years younger than me. So it's a big difference in the mindset. So you get older, and Terry Crews, the actor,
You remind me of him.
Terry Crews used to be my best motherfucking friend. He came out from Flint, Michigan.
I would pay to be at that dinner.
Yeah,
Just
and I'm
one
talking. We've
night
been
at that
friends. We've
table.
been
I would
friends.
pay to be at that
Yeah, we was
table.
friends for years before he blew up on Fridays. And I used to pay his mortgages to help him with his wife. And out of all the friends I had in this world, I genuinely loved that man. That when our friendship broke up, I felt like I was in a relationship. I felt like I can't believe our friendship is fucked up because I wanted this nigga to be the godfather to my children. My daughter Trinity was being born at that time. And what I saw in his relationship is that he was a true believer of God. And he loved God so much that it was rubbing off on me. Look, because he knew all my secrets. He was the only person in my life that knew all the crazy shit that the rest of the world don't know. But that was my dude. And whenever he needed something, I made sure he was straight. And so in relationships, what keeps them going to this day? Now remember, in relationships, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But if you can put on a good act, it could work. So with him, it's religion from what I see. From what I see, it was religion. When you talk about my street homies, my niggas in Chicago, my niggas running through Omaha, Nebraska, when they with they women, and my niggas in Cleveland, they all are paper up and they just love they women. They used to be players, but they love they women to a point. And God is not in this. It's just, I envy them because they truly found someone that they truly love. Because what I always tell people, you have to know who you are. A lot of men get married. A lot of women get married not knowing who they are. Mm-hmm. So a man is still marrying this woman. Like sometimes when you see these videos and the side bitch come to the wedding, and fucks up the wedding because that man still was tiptoeing, fucking with this other woman. That means you don't know who you are. You really want to fuck with everybody, but you like this girl so much that you just made her happy without saying, no, babe, I'm marrying you.
That goes both ways, even with women?
Yeah. Say it again?
That goes both ways, even with women?
Yeah, it goes both. Everything goes both ways. So when you know who you are, it makes a big difference in the relationship.
I agree.
You got to know who you are. If you know you ain't shit, nigga, keep that to yourself. If you know you really ain't shit, don't bring nobody else in that world.
Right.
Nigga, you know you ain't shit. Like, why would, but people do it. Yeah, they know they ain't shit.
Whatever.
And they still
It's selfish.
bring that bullshit into a motherfucker's life.
Bullshit over here.
And it's a domino effect with the women. And once a woman's mind is toxic with the bullshit, she's never saying. So here's the hypocritical man to do. He'll cheat on the girl. This is before they get married. He'll cheat on her. He'll get caught. Baby, I never really fuck with it. I love you. I love you.
I just did it because you.
No. Let me finish the story. I love you. And then marry the person you cheated on for that person to suffer for the rest of their fucking life. That's
Meaning the man
self-inflicting
that he cheated
pain
on the woman and still married her knowing that he wasn't fully satisfied with her.
Knowing that for the rest of her life, or vice versa, you're going to be in pain every time that person walk out the door.
So people don't truly forgive.
Think so? So you never. So that means that you never got over the cheating.
No one never get. You
so
pretend.
Nobody can forgive. So no matter what, we're human.
You pretend that you forgive. Mm-hmm. But you see, a woman would cheat, a nigga cheat, and he wants the girl to forgive him. But you let a nigga who love his woman find out that his girl sucked the nigga balls.
That went too far, OG.
No, let me finish.
She could just have sex.
Yeah, no. I'm going because when you're having sex, dick is getting sucked. I'm just sorry. I hate when men say, everything. You having sex, you having a ball. So here's what niggas do. Niggas will find out the girl fuck, and first thing you say, did you suck his fucking dick? They don't care about nothing else. Did you suck it? And then the girl's like, no, I didn't suck it. So a nigga, he'll hound, they'll stay together. But he'll hound her for 20 years. And then one day, watch the story. Now, watch this now. Watch this. Now it's 20 years later, 40 years later. And out of nowhere, they think they real. She think he real comfortable. He love me. He ain't going nowhere. And he say, listen, babe, did you suck Akbar dick back in 2008?
Is he gonna bring it up?
And then she gonna be like, baby, yes I did. Bitch, I knew you was a hoe. I fucking knew you was a fucking hoe, bitch. I'm gonna tell the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell the fucking kids you ain't shit. They was in love for 20 years. But she gave in and told that nigga she sucked Akbar's dick.
A wise man just told. Damn.
Women, keep your
I'm
secrets.
incriminating
That's why
myself,
you
but
gotta stop
I'm just so
asking questions.
transparent,
Yes,
and
go
I like
Don't
to
tell
live
your
like that
secrets.
way. You know, I'm not saying I haven't done my dirt in my
Mm-hmm.
life, right? But that's why you just take that shit to your grave.
And I'm gonna tell you a story. I tell people this.
That was the story 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That better be a story
Now-
25 years from now.
And let me tell you what I do with Bill Cosby.
50.
I talk about Bill Cosby. I said, people threw Bill Cosby under the bus. And I said, but Bill Cosby did nothing wrong. I said, Bill Cosby just lived too long. I said, you don't think them white women had a good motherfucking time with Bill back in the 70s, sucking his dick, having cocaine, eating Jello pudding? Them bitches had a good time. But here's what the media has done.
Spun it.
The media made us think Bill didn't fuck no black women. You don't think Bill fucked any of your grandparents in the 70s? I said, go home tonight and call your
Maybe he didn't
grandmother.
like black women.
No. Say, go home and call your grandmother and say, Grandma, did you fuck Bill Cosby back in 1973? And your grandmother gonna be like,
would've
well,
sucked his dick.
who you been talking to, baby? That's because black women know how to take their wholeness to their grave.
Absolutely.
See, a black woman, you don't think a black grandmother was looking at the news and said, I can use a check. Them white bitches get a check. I can use a fucking check. But I got these grandbabies. I'm not gonna fucking embarrass them and be on the fucking news. And James will whoop my fucking ass if he found out I sucked Bill Cosby's fucking dick in motherfucking 1960. No, sir, I'm not gonna do that to my
was
fucking
together.
And black women will take their wholeness to the grave, and that's why I was saying in my stand-up too. Maury been putting hoes on checks since the beginning, but nobody never gives Maury his credit. Maury, because they get me have a paternity test now when women are born. It's not gonna be that shit before you're gonna find out who the father is right then. They
What's
pass
in
it
the womb?
in 2024.
You need
And
to.
what I say is Maury been putting women on hoes because the guy really want to be the father. Look like a guy like him, right? The guy who wants to be the father on Maury.
Well,
Yeah, like want to be very sincere, want to fall in love. I want to be the father. And the woman got this serious fucking face, like she don't know who the daddy is. She's standing there looking in the camera. I really don't know who the fuck the father is. And they come back and say, you're not the dad, right? But he starts crying. Now the camera goes back to where the girl was sitting. This bitch took off. You can't find her. But I always tell
David
people,
Faye's.
but you never give credit to the cameraman. Do you see how fast the cameraman chased that bitch the fuck
this.
down? Like, and with the camera
Hey,
on.
you gon-
And I want to know,
Gonna face us,
where the
ho.
fuck did they get that cord from?
Right.
That's a long fucking cord.
they wasn't wireless then.
No, listen, it ain't wireless. It's a long. When I go to Home Depot, I say, I want the same fucking cord they have on the Maury show. That's a long fucking cord. It's just funny as hell, yo.
Never run out.
Never run out.
Maybe-
When
maybe 10
are you
rooms
doing the
back.
show in New York? Because we
On
definitely
April
have to
3rd
be
and
there.
4th, I'll be in Harlem.
So make sure we get some VIP.
Oh yeah, I definitely got you. I definitely got. So this week, I don't know how soon this is going up. We're gonna be in New Haven, Connecticut.
I'm from Connecticut.
Oh yeah, I'm in New Haven, Connecticut tomorrow. I'm at Terminal 110, and then Friday and Saturday I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina, at
I love
the
the Carolinas.
comedy zone. Yeah, I like everybody
They
give me a
got a
check.
different energy in the Carolinas.
I like everybody got me a check. You feel me? I go to the moon.
Right.
To tell you. And to be doing this 37 years.
God bless.
38 years, matter of fact, is a blessing. I've managed myself. I put a lot of people on, and I'm just truly.
So when you get off here, the ladies gonna be in my DM. They gonna be like, "Yo, did he smell good? Did he look good? What was the skin look like? Are you single?" Before I answer them questions,
Yes,
I
I'm
was about
single.
to ask the
Yeah,
same
I'm
thing. Y'all been
single.
driving me
Yeah.
crazy all night with this. Because I can't even say nothing because y'all just reading my mind. So just go ahead and talk.
I'm single, hon. I'm single.
My mama is fine as hell.
her
Don't
mother
put your other
is
girls
fine.
on.
Her mother is
Yeah, but
fine
I
as
wouldn't.
hell.
I wouldn't want to date your mother because I'll be thinking about fucking you too.
You
and
know
I think that's
what?
wrong.
I'm gonna get my ass
I'm just
whooped
being
this
honest.
month.
I couldn't date your mother and then I'm gonna take your daughter. We're gonna go to the movie.
She bad as hell. She
Yeah,
not-
I
I've been
do.
known as a great matchmaker.
Yes.
Like, some people will say I'm Cupid,
Yes.
because I could read a person and kind
I
of know.
think you're
what's
amazing. I'm gonna put you on my podcast too,
Yes,
honey.
let's do
I
it.
think.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that you
But
have.
I want to bring some women around that I think would be of great quality for you.
Yes.
Definitely.
I don't want to
would
meet
do-
nobody.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
And let me explain to you why.
Go
Okay.
ahead, pitching.
I don't want no ad. I've been through so much shit.
You scared?
My mom gonna put you through more
Listen to
anyway.
me.
So you right.
When you get to be 62
Right.
and successful, you don't want no problems.
Right.
man.
Okay.
What life has taught me is other people who have brought pain into my life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Right.
And let's look at peace of mind as a throne. and I've actually handed out in my lifetime, then you fight the rest of your life to get it back.
Right.
That's called peace of mind.
Right.
And once you get peace of mind,
Can I
You want to
interrupt
keep
now?
it.
it's the greatest fucking thing you can
Literally just said this on the show. I said, why can't we just choose ourselves? This man is telling us right here, it's okay. Like I
okay.
am not in a relationship. I am happy with myself.
have. Yes, you got to love yourself.
That should not be a problem. The way people make
Right.
it seem like if you're a failure if you don't find love.
Right, yeah, and it's not.
Fuck that
It's
bitch.
not.
Fuck that man.
Right.
Y'all stressing me out.
Yeah.
Right, but if the right one just slides in,
That's
No.
cool.
Yeah.
But don't make it a problem for people to be alone and say that we're failure.
No,
not
absolutely
you, but
not.
And here's the
a
thing,
person's
you
a
guys are
failure.
both right. But it depends again where you are in your life.
Right.
I meet beautiful, nice women. Would I want to get
Rich.
married? Nope. Do I want you to live with me?
No.
Nope. Will I come visit you? Yeah.
That's great.
I'm
I stay
on
3 weeks?
I'm on
That's
this.
what they ask me.
Yeah, I'm on this planet you got to know your purpose.
Are you giving them a draw?
No. I'm explaining something to you.
Okay.
Most people, I get so deep that most people don't know their purpose on this planet. And I want everybody who's sitting here, sitting with me and looking at this, what is your purpose? That's a serious question. And then you say to yourself, what did you contribute to the world? What have you contributed? Did you contribute pain? Did you contribute love? Did you help change somebody's life?
When you know, God rest, whenever that happens, and people stand at the podium and they talk about you, what do you think is going to be the most common thing that people are going to say?
That was the flyest ass nigga on the planet. Guarantee it. Because, like I said, I move such a certain way.
I think I want to know that from everybody. Like, when that moment happens, what do you think is going to be?
One, I'm not going to even have that. I don't even want a memorial service. I don't want none of that. Matter of fact, I'm making plans
wanna
now
be
to get
involved.
cremated.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want a memorial service. I don't need everybody talking because I've been through so many funerals in my lifetime. It's time consuming, and the thing I want people to understand in this world, out of jewelry, out of how much money you get, the most precious commodity is your time. And I want people to live. I want you to look at the sky one day or say T to the motherfucking K, keep it moving, and live this motherfucker. And says, oh, that's why my daughter always say, why you don't sleep long, guy? I can go to bed at 10, I'm up at 2, but it feels like I slept all day.
Yep.
And I tell people that I just love life so much that I don't want to miss nothing. I'm getting all my minutes out of life.
I feel like I'm
I'm
the
getting
same way.
all
I'd be
my
like,
minutes out of life.
I'm the same.
Okay, so you've given us so much advice and you've hit a lot of very important points. So, we're all on this couch and we want to have longevity in the industries that we're in. So what kind of advice would you give us in order to be successful on our journey?
2, 1, you're doing the right thing. You got the right look. You got the right personality. But then what else do you have to contribute to entertainment? And tell you why. Stand-up comedians, you would think that we all will be actors, right? But we work once in a while as in the film. That's why we praise Kevin Hart so much, because he's on the commercials, he's in the movies. But most comedians are not working, but we're working in stand-up. And most of us are multi-billionaires, right? From stand-up comedy. If this is the only thing you have, how are you going to make the paper, right? So you got to have something else within your field, meaning it doesn't have to always be entertainment, but you got to have something, because what I teach people is I want you to be a winner in life. This right here is just a stepping stone, and it's all in your head. Never think that you're a star. It's mental. Nobody gives a fuck. People take this celebrity thing too far, but nobody cares. What's important to you, and remember, I'm telling you this, is your health, being humble, and how you treat people. Do you treat people nice? Now, do you have the ability at the same time to put people on before you make it? See, because when I took DL, Mike Epps, Godfrey, Sandra Bullock, all them blew up before me.
You got to be okay with it.
And you got to be okay with it. But what I had going for me, I was already successful before they blew up. Everybody knew how I was getting money way before they made it. So all of our journeys, each one of you guys is going to go down a different path. Your choices are so important. Try not to have too many enemies because you never know who's going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
The person that you thought ain't shit, the person who I was watering or wiping your glasses and turn out to be that motherfucking man or woman.
I've seen it.
So you got to treat everybody amazing. And if you do that, you can win at life. And the universe has a way of repaying you. Even if you put somebody on, don't think that they owe you because your blessings don't come back from the person that you put on. Your blessings come back from other things in your life. And that's what life has taught me. And you also have to be knowledgeable. Like what you guys doing here, no disrespect to Alan, you want to get your own shit. Because the goal here is to be your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
The goal here is to make your own decisions. And that's what life should be about. Life should be about all three of you one day, if this is what your dream is, you have the same type of setup. Now, one of y'all might blow up to be bigger than Alan. That's how life is. Three of y'all in here, one might be bigger than the other person. This is life. Is it fair? One of y'all might think, I'm more, how did that person make it? I'm more talented than that person. But it ain't always about talent.
You
a prophet.
talked about
You're a
earlier.
prophet. I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm just saying. It ain't,
preaching all-
it's not always about talent. It's about just really being at the right place at the right
Mhm.
I've
time.
been hearing a lot about love.
And that's the way, and that's how life is. And I always say to people, no matter how much talent you have, you still gotta have a little luck. And that's it. And just treat people good. Now on the flip side, you ladies are beautiful. if you meet that right guy.
Keep your coochie tight.
No.
Oh, okay.
You meet that. I don't like tight pussy. That's for little itty bitty niggas. That shit scrapes my dick. I need loose, juicy. That's a whole nother story.
Whoa.
But
That's
listen,
a whole other
that's a whole nother
day.
story.
I'm ready
Let's
for
do
that
another
conversation.
episode.
But
Change
listen,
your sweater.
yeah, but
Let's
listen,
go to-
yeah, but listen to what I'm telling you. Here's another way of being successful. If you find the right guy and treat him like the star, that guy who will love you forever, give you the world, and you dedicate your life to that man, and he treats you, that's another way of becoming a star. Why you think when you see certain R&B singers back in the day or female rappers who only had one hit, but caught the bag, caught a motherfucker with the bread, and they still together to this day. You understand what I'm saying? My man right here, he is a handsome guy. He might meet a girl who's worth as a billionaire. Let's take that example of the guy who got out of jail, the model dude.
Yep.
Who he
Yeah.
fucked up because he
Prison
did
bag.
something because he had a billionaire.
Yeah.
That woman was,
Along with his own career.
yeah, that woman he married with, and they wound up getting a divorce.
Yep.
Because I guarantee you that motherfucker did something fucked up.
Mhm.
I guarantee you. But he married a billionaire because he was the nigga with the blue eyes
Prison
out of
bag.
jail and he went viral.
That's wild.
Mhm.
Prison
It's
bag.
so funny you say that because I just said to one of my friends the other day, I get a lot of random texts that say, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you. And it doesn't always stem from this media, what they see in front. It's more so the behind when you get to know me as a person and know what's going on in my household and how I treat my family and,
Yes.
you know, those things like that. So
You're going to be, I've been on this planet so long, you're going to be the shit. Listen to
already is
me.
the shit.
Yeah, you're going to be the shit, babe.
Thank you.
Trust me.
Thank
And
you.
how old are you now?
None of your business.
26.
Okay, so you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to me.
Late 20s.
I'm going to predict it.
Yeah.
Before you 36, you're going to take off.
Okay. Let's speak that into his.
Listen to me. I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah.
Everybody I've ever touched turned to be a multimillionaire. And I got the receipts.
Yeah,
I got the
shit is
receipts to prove it. And that's the beautiful thing about me. From regular people in life to celebrities.
When it happens, we owe you dinner.
Right.
Yes, no. Just reach out and say T to the motherfucking K. That's all I need. That's all I need. T to the motherfucking K.
Thank you.
I'm a jealous Scorpio, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say something later. I'm gonna get your ass later. You better give me a compliment and we'll get it.
Yes, babe. I'm gonna get your number
with
though,
this-
darling. You're gonna get the
I'm gonna be
date.
in New Haven tomorrow. Like you owe me
Yeah,
a
you're gonna get the
one-on-one.
date. You're gonna get the date.
Listen.
Yeah, you're gonna get the date.
So everybody, This was a great conversation, a super fucking amazing topic. You, my friend, have an aura and just such amazing, like, your personality, your wisdom. We appreciate this so much.
I appreciate you too, sister.
An amazing conversation with you. And you are one of the few people that got me to sit here and shut up and be quiet and listen.
Wow, that's
That ain't my-
awesome.
And your
Estilo.
your
That's
presence
awesome.
alone, if a woman is like single and just thinking she's flirting with you or
Mhm.
whatever, it'll make her respect herself.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so true. And it's the way you carry yourself.
I need more men like you because I feel like there's not a lot of men that, and I've only met very few of them.
Mhm.
I've come to cross, thank you God, some really, really dope OG
Yes.
mentors. And men that are like you, they don't come much that
Yes.
make you rethink and say, listen, respect yourself.
Yep. Absolutely.
Even if you don't, I
Yes.
respect you
Yep.
for you.
That's so
And
true.
hopefully, even though I'm not going to give you what you came here for,
Mhm.
that when you leave here, you take these gems and you go respect yourself.
Absolutely.
That's dope that you even pointed that out because that is
Mhm.
very true.
Yeah.
That is the type of, you have a very respectful, like, you give respect, and I think that's cool. You have anything to say before we?
Man, look, OG came over here and shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say thank you for being here and blessing us
I
with
love
your
all of you
energy,
guys. I
man.
can't wait to see you guys' journey. And I'll be back. I'm gonna come back maybe once a year, because I
That'd
think
be dope.
I think you have to be missed.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time when you sing too much, your value goes down. And this is gonna be the first year that I'm gonna do over 70 interviews this year.
Wow.
That's the goal because so many people have been wanting to interview me because I only do Vlad. I either do Vlad or The Breakfast Club. And this year is the first time, and since I started doing this over 8-9 years ago, I really want to touch everybody as this journey.
Don't be
Right.
stingy.
Yeah, I got to go
Yes.
touch everybody for a minute.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Well, I got my touch. I'm not washing this hair for a little while. You seen it here?
So
Jada's
sweet,
going to be a
sister. You're so
multimillionaire, guys. We want to thank you again for coming. Make sure you guys keep liking, subscribing, telling your friends, your families, your aunties, your cousins, everybody.
Absolutely.
Have them click on the link and follow, and we will keep giving you amazing content. We'll look out for our lives on Thursdays at 9, and we are so grateful to be here.
Yeah. And
See you later.
You guys know I pop in and pop out when I pop in.
Right.
So.
And may your pain be champagne. And please follow me at TK_Kirkland. I
Yes.
appreciate you.
Yes. Love you guys.
Did it, Joe?